What's going on, guys? Welcome back to some more Avatar standard content here on the channel, and today is Friday. Now, it's not just any other Friday. Today is the day before the Atlanta Spotlight Series, and by the time this video goes out, I will already be in beautiful Atlanta, Georgia, preparing and competing in the Spotlight Series this weekend. And what I wanted to do today is show you the deck list that I'm going to be playing. But before we do that, a quick word from our sponsor, CoolStuffInc.com. This video is brought to you by CoolStuffInc.com. If you would like to purchase any Magic singles, sleeves, sealed product, deck boxes, anything your heart desires, head over to CoolStuffInc.com. They have an amazing selection. They always have everything that you're looking for in stock. And if you use promo code DOOM at checkout, you can get yourself 5% off of your next order and an exclusive Rhino token while supplies last. Cool Stuff Inc. They got cool stuff and they got it in stock. And with that out of the way, let us begin with Simic Oroboroid. So, Young Dingo, fellow Twitch streamer and content creator, he broke it. And this deck list is sort of, I guess it's a sort of an iteration on the Teamer version, which I uploaded a video with not too long ago, probably about a week ago at this point. And basically, we've decided to take the core of the deck, which is, Badger Mole Club, bunch of Mana Dorks, Oroboroid, and just cut the red cards. And the reason for that is because you have 4 copies of Nature's Rhythm. The red card that we were mostly splashing before was Frostcliff Siege, but it turns out that if you have Nature's Rhythm for Craterhoof Behemoth, you really don't even need Frostcliff Siege. You just have a bunch of haste, you have haste with the Craterhoof, but you have a bunch of OTK setups because of Nature's Rhythm. Now, this deck list has been exploding in popularity on Magic Online. I'm recording this intro on Monday. I want to say it was either the day before or the day before the day before. I think there was, I won 2 or 3 challenges back to back. There was one challenge where it had 6 copies in the top 8. And basically what's going on here, it's a very simple concept. You have a bunch of Mana Dorks, Gene Pollinator, Llanowar Elf, Leyline Weaver, which looks a little weird, but every single time you play a spell with mana value 4 or greater, you untap it. So if you rhythm for X is 2, which you frequently want to do because you just want to find more Badger Mole Cubs, then you get to untap the Weaver. And what's perfect about that is you rhythm for 2, the Weaver untaps, and then when the Badger Mole is in play, you now have an untapped Weaver that makes an extra mana off of Cub. It also untaps of Oroboroid, and it also, more importantly, untaps when you warp a Riddler. So you get to sort of like float mana, warp the Riddler, untap the Weaver, and then it's basically you're just casting a free warped Riddler, which when you're hellbent can be pretty disgusting. The big new innovation here is Mockingbird. Now, you might think to yourself, well, your deck is, this deck is much more explosive when it has multiple copies of Badger Mole Cub, which is, to be honest with you, the main reason why we're playing Nature's Rhythm. Well, why don't we just have more copies of Badger Mole Cub? And what's really funny about Mockingbird is it copies your opponent's Badger Mole Cubs. So if your opponent is playing a mirror match, maybe you don't have your copy of Badger Mole Cub, but they have theirs. You can just copy theirs. I will say the list that Young Dingo won the challenge with did have main deck Spider Sense, and I've since removed those for copies of Into the Floodmaw in the main deck. And I believe, at least for my money, I think this is the better interactive spell, especially in the green mirrors. I think Spider Sense or Detect Intrusion in this matter is good in certain matchups, but I think I expect more people to play green than normally they would have if, this deck hadn't exploded in popularity in the past week. So I want to be a little bit more prepared for the mirror match in the Floodmaws, because when they go Badger Mole Cub and you into the Floodmaw, their Badger Mole Cubbed land, it's not only, especially on the draw, right? Because it's so hard to be able to keep up tempo when you're going second against the, deck with all Mana Dorks. But if you can go, Mana Dork into Cub, Floodmaw your land, you're not only setting them back a Mana Dork, you're also setting them back a land drop, and that can be a huge tempo swing. There is a couple of flex spots here. I'm trying out a Keen-Eyed Curator and a Meringue River region in the main deck. I'm pretty confident that I'm going to register the Meringue River region. I'm not quite sure on the Keen-Eyed Curator, just because, I think it's decent against Lessons to help fight their graveyard. But yeah, this is the deck that I am registering in the Atlanta. Again, the flex spots I think here are probably the Keen-Eyed Curator and maybe the fourth Into the Floodmaw, but I really think everything else is basically just locked in. I've been liking the Meringue. It's very flexible as just a big flyer in the green mirrors, helps close games. It's a 4-mana draw spell, so when you're casting it to dig, it untaps Leyline Weaver. You can tutor it off of Nature's Rhythm to like sort of just buy you a turn to bounce 2 of their bigger things. It just has a lot of flexibility. The sideboard, no, I'm recording this, like I said, on Monday, and don't be surprised if my sideboard changes drastically, because I'm not really a big fan of any of these cards in the sideboard, with the exception of the Reclamation Sage and the Spider Senses. Everything else I could take or leave. So if you guys have any suggestions for sideboard cards, I'll read the comments on Friday night, because deck lists aren't due until Saturday. So maybe I'll change something up before Saturday morning. But again, this deck is taking over the metagame. Don't be surprised if you're watching Atlanta coverage this weekend to see quite a bit of this one on camera. And you're going to see some on camera today. So without further ado, let's get into the first match. I need to do a lot more testing against Lessons just to like get a feel for how the matchup goes. By the way, you're not supposed to have Hoof in your opener. Okay, well, this is going well, I would say. I would say this is a good start. Yeah, okay. I mean, unironically, this hand is the best hand that I've seen so far. Busted deck, by the way. Oh, man. It's the warm-up game. Boros. Oh, okay, GG. I don't think I'm gonna Riddler this turn, right? Let's go Cub. Cub here. Play Gene. And your turn. I need to figure out, for some reason, my, like, taskbar keeps showing up on this scene, and I don't know why. Because usually when I full screen Arena, my taskbar doesn't pop up like that, and I don't know how to fix that. If anybody in chat knows, you let me know. Dude, you're not supposed to draw this. 5 mana? 5 mana. I could just Rhythm for another Cub here, maybe. I don't think I can't Riddler as well if I Rhythm for Cub. Right? Oh, no, I can't, because I can animate the Verge. Yeah, so we just go do it this way. Rhythm for Dose. Yeah, I can do both. Rhythm for Cub. Cub here. Warp Riddler. Green floating. Maybe draw a Mana Dork. I mean, that works, right? Alright, your turn. Kill me. I'm at 10. You think the Boros deck can kill me from 10 life? I am gonna block, by the way. If you attack, I'm blocking. The question is, am I blocking both? I don't think I can afford to block both, right? Oh. Wait, that just happened? Wait, what? How did that just happen? Alright, well. I don't really know how that just happened, but alright, sure. Only minus 18. Only a minus 18. Mixed Arts of Cub. It wasn't Mixed Arts. For some reason, when my alt art Mockingbird copies my alt art Cub, it gives me a regular Cub, and I don't know why that's the case. All right, what do you want against Boros Aggro? Boros Burns / Aggro. Probably Resolve. Keen. I don't think I want anything else. Meringue kind of slow. Keen-Eyed unnecessary. And And I guess we can cut a bird, maybe? Try that. Like, you have enough mana where drawing it is not that bad. So I wouldn't even mind playing a second Crater Hoof. I just don't know how you make room for it. But I could certainly see playing a second Crater Hoof. I think it'd be totally fine. Gene, no! Gene, come back! Come back, Gene! Dude, Spell Snare is going to be insane with how much cub there is. Spell Snare is going to be nice. What you got for me? Leyline Weaver. They have another shock? Chad, I think they have another kill spell in their hand. Or not. So they have full bore? Yeah, they definitely have full bore. Because if they had a shock, they would have cast it in response to the trigger. Am I dead to Boros Charm? No, it's 14, right? I'm at 1! Okay. I think I can kill him if I draw Nature's Rhythm. Oh, they just have the land for shock. Okay, never mind. Okay. Well, the good thing about these games is that they're very, like, intricate, and there's a lot of back and forth. God, this hand is just terrible. I can't keep that. Oh, the nuts. I like nuts. Ah! Dude, I draw it every game. Spell Snare will save us surely. Spell Snare is good against the cub, I'll say that. Spell Snare is really good against the cub. Is this version just better than the Siege version from last week? You just don't need Siege if you have Crater Hoof. You really just don't need it. I almost don't want to play the cub this turn, but I'm going to. I was gonna say maybe I should cut Floodmaw in this matchup, but Floodmaw is pretty good against their stupid, like, full bore, fucking full bore Boros Charm stuff. I ain't blocking. Ain't blocking. By the way, this is a spot where I wish I had Bounce Off. That's something I've been thinking. Like, is it worth playing Bounce Off over... is it worth playing Bounce Off over Floodmaw for that reason? And I honestly think it might be okay. What non-creatures do you care about bouncing? Yeah, that's the thing, is like... probably not that many, right? Like, almost everything that you're bouncing is going to be a creature anyways, right? It's 13? Except I hope they have nothing, right? I don't get why we are playing Leyline Weaver. Well, you see, when you have a deck that has a bunch of cards that cost 4 or more mana, and your Leyline Weaver makes 2 mana, so it's basically just like a free spell, you know? It gets really disgusting with Rhythm. This hand ain't great, but I've also been, like, seriously considering just not playing Interaction main. Just cutting the Floodmaws and playing more Mana Dorks like Great Divide Guide or something. Because, like, why do we want to interact? Let's just kill our opponent, you know? I ain't trying to interact. I don't know about you guys. Who wants to interact in this format? I just want to get him dead, you know? Get some Demir gaming. Demir gamer spotted. You're not gonna like what you're about to see. Rip. You are not going to like what you are about to see. Did I ever Mockingbird and Earthbent land? It never came up for me. Because usually when you're casting Mockingbird, you rather just copy an elf or a or a Gene. This Gene has more toughness too. But I never found myself in a spot where I wanted to do that. I mean, they gotta have tragic, right? Oh, they're just gonna let me have the Roid. Okay, well. Well, it's not that it does nothing, it's just, it doesn't do a lot. It just becomes a land. If you Mockingbird for 0 onto an Earthbend land, you just get a land. It's not a creature, but you get a land. Yeah, the land does fly, which I guess matters if you then play another Cub and then Earthbend onto the land that has flying that is not a creature. Okay, so my sideboard plan against Demir was Sirach, Vivian, and I cut Curator. I cut the Hoof against them because I don't think you kind of just don't need it, and then I shaved on Mockingbird. You could bring in Detect Intrusion. Oh wait, no, I cut the Flood Maws against them, didn't I? Yeah, I definitely cut the Flood Maws. Maybe I just kept in this shit. I didn't keep in Crater Hoof, though. I don't remember what else I boarded. I don't think I brought in Intrusion against them. I guess you could play a couple of Resolves to maybe fight over Bat, but I don't know if that's worth it. Could try a couple Keen-Eyes, too. Nothing is, like, super crazy, but I'll try a couple Keen-Eyes. Any interest in the new arena-powered cube list? Not right now, but at some point. Doing something right now, but maybe later. Ooh. I like this hand. Sounds good. We go turn 1 elf. Ideally, we find a 2-drop to play that isn't Riddler, because I don't want to waste a Riddler here. I guess that's fine, right? Ah! Chat, my opponent is interacting with me. I don't like this. Why are they interacting? Can't do that. It's just cheating. Surely this resolves, right? Oh. Well, I didn't think we'd get this far. I'll be honest with you. I certainly did not think we would get this far. If I draw a land, I'm just going to cast Riddler, I think. Because Riddler can check the Malcolm. Well, I didn't draw land. So let's do this. Land Cub would be nice. Play Elf. And they're at 20. If I attack with both, they get the trade for Elf, get the Curiosity back. It's just gonna no attacks this turn. Let's just hold back. Yeah, I could attack with the Aeroboroid, but I kind of want to just block the Curiosity with Aeroboroid, you know? I did have some cool things yesterday where I like Mockingbirded a curiosity and then it died and then it got to come back as a copy of a land. I did do that once. Because when it comes back, you can't copy anything except zeros, but the lands have 0 mana value. Vivian is in Foundations. If there's a card that is in Standard and you question yourself and you're not sure where it came from, the answer is 99.9% of the time it's Foundations. Keen-Eyed was actually a sick draw there. Because Nether Curiosity is a lot worse as a blocker. That's fine. I don't really care about that. I don't know if I have to hold full control, but I might as well. Trigger on the stack. I would like to remove your Enduring Curiosity from the game. That's 2 types for Keen-Eyed too, which is nice. And they traded Tishana, so we get to unlock the Aeroboroid. That kind of worked out. Yep, that's fine. I wonder if they're doing this because they have a second Curiosity. That would kind of make sense. Just tap the Keen-Eyed, get in for a turn. Double block the Boroid there. With what? Tishana's... Yeah, the thing is they just take so much damage, you know? So, like, I understand why they didn't want to do that. Aito. So we go to 11 here. They get to lock down the Roid. We're actually kind of in a shit spot here. They get to lock down the Roid and hold up Flood Pits Drowner. Kind of in a shit spot. It's so hard to, like, every single time you fall behind against Dimir, it's so hard to come back. Like, this deck just doesn't play well from behind at all. Like here, I can cast Riddler, but they're just gonna tap it down. Doesn't do anything. Nothing else does anything, to be fair. They go Flood Pits, then they can hit me. They can plus and hit me for 8 and go to 3. Vivian kill Flyer. I mean, I just lose my Vivian, right? They just go Flood Pits on tap and then kill it. They have Kaido and Flood Pits in play. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's fine. Have I given up? I wouldn't necessarily say that I've given up. I just haven't used the app in a while. I don't know what given up means. I just haven't logged on. I haven't been on there in a while. So not dead this turn. Just kind of dead. That's okay. The good thing about losing a game in Standard is you always get to be on the play for at least one of these games. And I don't know if you know this, that's the only thing that matters. So as long as you're on the play, everything will be fine. Okay. So, dude, this whole, like, I gotta fix this taskbar thing after this. So I can go Cub into Vivian, but then I just lose... No, I don't lose to Soulstone, right? Because I go Cub into Vivian... Vivian down to kill Malcolm, Cub block Soulstone, take 2. I die to a kill spell, but... If they have literally anything in their hand, I'm dead. But if they have nothing, we're maybe fine. Yeah, that is... that qualifies as anything. Fish plus Soulstone? Yeah, but it wasn't enough, right? Vivian killed the Malcolm. Make a fish Soulstone, block the Soulstone, take 3, go to 1. So they had to have something for the... Thank you, chat! Keep. I mean, this hand needs to find, you know, stuff to do, but we have a lot of mana. What's up, Equinox? How you doing today? Yeah, new desk. Dude, it took me 3 hours to build that desk on Saturday. That'll be 5 gifted. Does somebody owe me 5 gifted? I'm confused. Folks, if you want to support the stream, the best way to do so is with an Amazon Prime sub. And if you're feeling extra generous, you can do so with a gifted sub as well. Would really help out during the month of January. So ad revenue is usually pretty down during January. So if you guys want to help support your favorite streamer, it would be greatly appreciated. I would like to draw a copy of Nature's Rhythm. How about Forest? That do it for you? Does Forest work? The photo of Oko is in the third monitor. Shh. You can't just say things like that. Sitting at a new angle. Yeah, it's a little bit different. I tried to do it. The weirdest thing for me is the microphone. And I wasn't sure how it was going to sound because I had to put the microphone in a different place. Like, it's normally the microphone stand was to the right of me, but now it's actually behind me because there's like a lip on the desk, so I can't lock in the microphone where I wanted it to, like I had it before, you know what I mean? This is what we call the beatdown draw. Okay, sure. Yeah, whatever, man. Your turn. I mean, we'll draw a Riddler at some point, right? Eventually, I will draw a Riddler. Yeah. Still probably win if I draw a Riddler. Not exactly. I'm gonna hold that. Well, this is the other half of the deck. This is what happens when you draw like shit. Look, man, deck's high variance. What do you want from me? It's a high variance deck. I never said that it wasn't, you know? I will say when this deck is firing on all cylinders, there's basically nothing that can stop it, so. But yes, when you're playing mana dorks, sometimes you draw mana dorks instead of your payoffs. That's just how that works, you know. Chet said that this deck broke the format. Yeah, and I'm agreeing with them that it did break the format. But like, you know, sometimes when you played a Vivi deck, right? Sometimes when you played Vivi, you drew a bunch of cauldrons and discard outputs and no Vivis. Like, it's the same shit, you know? Like, yes, your broken decks can still have bad draws. That doesn't mean they're not broken. Chat, why do you guys hate me so much? Plains starting town. Alright, how's our clerics matchup? How do I feel about one Wan Shi Tong? I could take or leave it. I did see somebody that had a Washington. I don't know if I love it that much. I don't think that this deck is... I don't think mono red is that bad against this deck. I think it's probably fine. Like, you kind of just kill them, you know? Like, you have 7 1-mana removal spells for their Badgermole Cubs. I feel like red's probably fine. Or they're batting me. I don't know if I can beat these bats. I'm gonna be honest with you, Chief. I mean, I ain't blocking. I'm dead if I block, so. Never, hashtag never block. It'll work out, just trust. You know, actually, it might not work out. I'm beginning to think that that may not be the case anymore. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 plus 6 is 13. Well, I guess we're doing this. I'm hoping that it stacked them correctly. I think it did. We're gonna find out. They only have 2 ground attackers anyways. 5, block those 2. I think I can hit with one of these. I think one is a fine attack. I think I'm just dead to them going land plus cleric though, right? Pretty sure. Because they go... Yeah, that triggers, and then I lose 6 plus the flyers. Yeah, we're mega dead. Didge. Didge. Game number 2. I guess we can do Resolve against them. Resolve seems pretty good at fighting their, like, pieces of the combination. Cut those 2 and trim... Probably trim a Mockingbird? Because I don't want to cut anything else. I want to keep all the Flood Moths against, like, big Emolian stuff. The new format that replaced the Sunday's 10K kind of soured me a bit in opens. There's a... What do you mean there's a new format on day 2? Did they not do, like, the... They don't do, like, the big 10Ks? Oh, it's, like, 6-round Swiss, isn't it? Is that what you're talking about? I think it's, like, 6-round Swiss. Yeah, it's, like, 6-round Swiss. I'm putting back Rhythm, I think, right? Like, I'd rather have Riddler than Rhythm. Especially with the Weaver already. Yeah, like this. Right, yeah. If you go 6-0, you get 1,000. If you go X1, you get 100. I agree. I kind of wish they would have the other events back, but... I mean, for what they are, I don't mind the Swiss events that much, but they're not as good as, like, the cut the top 8 ones. And I see the 5-0 list from yesterday that was lessons with no monument stuff, but I mod and the Pyro Hammer instead. I don't know what that means. Let's go blue, Weaver, and then we go blue, green, cast this, untap, draw 2. Well, that's a lot of mana. I'm gonna play second Weaver here, and then we can play the Cup next turn. So next turn we get to go tap, play Cub, animate here, float a bunch of mana, double blue, play Riddler, untap these 3. They're definitely dead if we draw Nature's Rhythm, that's for sure. Immodane the Pyro Hammer. I see 4 mana, and I immediately say no, I'm good. I see 4 mana, and I'm off it. So let's go Cub. Cub, animate on passage. Let me go green, this. And I guess we will use one of these. Tap those 3. Now, do you see why we're playing Leyline Weaver, by the way? Alright, well. Would have been nicer if I drew, you know, a payoff, but... Look, as long as they don't cast a sweeper this turn, we're fine. They wouldn't do that. They would never do that. That's fine. Alright, can I draw a copy of Nature's Rhythm? I guess that's probably worth casting, right? Just to draw 2 cards. Oh. Okay. They didn't even want to see what cards I drew. All right, well. Fair. Respectable. I could have just bricked again, you know. I could have drawn 2 more elves. You don't know. You don't know what's in my deck. This hand is really weird, but I actually think it's good. And I'll explain myself. Purge. That was me explaining myself. Obviously drew it best possible, by the way. You're not going to like it when you see this hand. You are not going to like my hand, I'll tell you that much. Concession in 3, 2, 1. Never mind. Every second I make is another mistake to you. I guess I just play Resolve plus Cub this turn, right? This plays around second bat. I mean, they have to take Cub there, but it's like, what does it even accomplish, you know? It slows me down a little bit. Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. Oh man, there's just like, sometimes you look at your opponent's hand and you're just like, what am I doing with my life? How did we get here? Bunda. Bunta or Bunta? Okay, shout out to the chatter who said add a 20-second land to the deck. You might be onto something. Okay, don't kill my elf, 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 don't kill my elf. That's fine. Oh, it's actually not fine. A bossing say? Yeah, that one's probably the one I would add. I mean, I'll take a land. I'll take a land. It's not really what I wanted. Alright, Gene, save me. Gene, save me. Holy fucking shit. Guess what set this is in. Nobody could ever tell me what set that card's in. You guys don't know. Nobody knows what set it's in. Random ass card from 2009. I wonder how that got here. Bro, can you stop? Can you just, like, fucking not do that? Do I sack land or Gene? It's probably land, right? Yeah, it's probably land. Because this is just plus 1 more mana, right? This is 7 mana. It's 7 mana as opposed to 6 mana? Well, shit, now what? Or how much mana can I access here? Tap 2 elves, rhythm for 2, hub on forest. That would give me 7 mana. If I go breeding pool, untap, tap elf, pool, forest, get cub. I have 6 mana. I have 1 less if I do that, so that's worse. So I can go rhythm and roid, right? We can riz. Well, I think I can get a cub and still riz, can I? Right? 3. Yeah, I can do both. Right, because then this is 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, this is enough. So we go green, green, I guess I have to tap more blockers this way, but like I only have one blocker doing it this way. You know what I mean? So maybe this is worse because I have less blockers. I guess I will block Gatekeeper of Malakir. I am at 10, so... Oh, God. Good thing my hand sucks. Wait, that's actually really good for me, because my hand sucked, and now I get to draw 2. Okay, well. Drawing 2 doesn't matter when you draw 2 lands, I guess. Probably no attacks, right? Just chill. Just no attacks at all. Also, by the way, Botanical Sanctum entering the battlefield untapped on turn 6. Could be turn 7. -1 blocker. Oh, I need to play Sanctum first. You're right. You're right. I guess I could attack with Riddler, but then I'm like trading 4 for 1. Do I want to do that when I'm at 5 and they're at 20, you know? Why did you not get a Roboroid? Because if I get a Roboroid and they have a kill spell, it's a lot worse. Because I don't have any cards in hand. When the vengeance is final. Okay. The vengeance do be final. I can't imagine this attack is good. I mean, we have enough shit in play that we can just start trading off. I have plenty of mana. Yeah, we need a Rhythm, a Riddler, a Roid, any one of those cards, any one of our big boom booms. Yeah, they can start making tokens with the Realm. That would be kind of annoying. Somebody asked about the the mirror match. Get good at winning die rolls. That's how I would suggest winning the mirror. Okay, surely that's lethal, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold on, no, I have to do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. X is 2. Yeah, this should be lethal. And then 3, 6, 9, 12. Sick. Sick! Alright, so... Mono black, huh? Mono black. I told you they were dead if I just drew a Nature's Rhythm. It's the thing you gotta remember about this deck. If you are in a position where you have any amount of mana in play and you draw this card, they usually just die immediately. Alright, what's good against mono black? You have like Forsaken Miner, Thought Stalker Warlock, Gatekeeper of Malakir, Final Vengeance. I assume Sirach is good. Resolve maybe against Bat could be okay. I'm gonna cut all the Flood Maws. I'll try like 2 Resolve because they do have bats. Right, they showed us Bat, didn't they? No, they didn't play Bat, never mind. P9's also kind of mid. I mean, they do just have, like, a bunch of small stuff. Like, I think Resolve is probably okay. Let's try it. The one Meringue should be a Washington. No, I like Meringue a lot. Meringue is really flexible. The fact that it's, like, a draw spell is big. The fact that it's a 4-mana draw spell is big, because it untaps Weaver. Huge flyer in the green mirrors, bouncing permanence comes up a lot against like Wagon and stuff. No, the Meringue is really good. That one I'm convinced on. I know the Meringue is good. We're gonna see how good it is here. Okay. So now they probably take Resolve and just hope I don't draw land. Because I have 2 Cubs anyways. They could take Leyline Weaver, I guess. GG! Your turn. Ah! You have nowhere to run. Okay, I want your guys' opinion on this. I was thinking about this the other day when I was playing with this deck. It feels to me, and I don't know how you guys feel about this. It feels to me like Badgermole Cub is missing a line of text. Like that's the vibe that I get. Like it should say, instead of whenever you tap a creature for mana, whenever you tap a land creature for mana, you know, that's kind of what I was thinking. I feel like it's just missing like a word of text, right? I got discard Elf. It's missing Indestructible. True! Honestly, so true. You're so right. You're so right. You're so right. Why doesn't it have Indestructible? Alright, your turn. Better for Commander this way? That is very true. It is better for Commander. Wait, why didn't they attack first? Oh, because I have Reach XDD. I was like, wait, why did they discard Rhythm Conceit? Play first. I usually keep these hands. I don't know if I should, but I usually keep these hands. Hola! Hola! Good thing I was in the play. I could lose this game. I guess it's better to Cub first, yeah. Sometimes you want to Weaver first, but I think here, because I have Bird, it's better to Cub first. Because then if I draw a land, I can tap this for Bird, do this, have 6 mana, Rhythm for 2. Yeah, Rhythm. Yeah, Rhythm for another Cub. I mean, I think as long as I don't die next turn, I have lethal on, you know, the turn after. I mean, not having a land here is kind of awkward, isn't it? So I can go like Bird on Cub, and then just go Weaver Elf. Yeah, I guess that works, right? No, 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 back. Copy Cub. And then make this, do this, do this. The next turn we have... what? 12? We can even probably Rhythm for another Cub first. I ain't blocking. Did we dad a Tifa's Limit Break without blocking? Yeah. By the way, I just want you to realize that I have 1 land in play. I only have a single land in play. Oh god. Yeah, and then we can just go 3, 6, Rhythm for 2. Because this is basically free. How do you beat Pyroclasm? They just won't draw it. What if your opponent just didn't draw their Pyroclasm, you know? X equals 8. Yeah, I really wish there was like a good Clarion Conqueror deck, because that Clarion Conqueror does destroy this deck. Like I don't really know what you're supposed to do with this deck against Clarion Conqueror. But I just don't know if there's a good Clarion Conqueror deck, you know? Like maybe Jeskai Control with Conqueror could be nice. Pixie Enjoyers, maybe? Tomber, did you have any Clarions in your Pixie deck? I kind of assume you did, but... Do, 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 do. I should sideboard Conqueror for the mirror match. Stop. Alright, what are they playing? Landfall? Resolve in. Keen-Eyed out. What was I forgot what I was cutting against them. I think I was cutting the meringue, but I don't know if I should be cutting the meringue. I just don't know what else you're cutting in this matchup. Like I could shave a Riddler maybe. But just the fact that you can cast it for 2 minute untap Weaver is kind of busted. Could shave on Mockingbirds maybe, but Mockingbird is good if they have Cub. You have to keep all the Floodmaws in. Like, maybe we just don't have room to keep the meringue in, because nothing else can get cut. Yeah, I think 1 Riddler can go. I think I'm fine with trimming 1 Riddler. But what's the last cut? Yeah, I think this deck has a good matchup against Landfall. Because, like, you're both doing the thing, but you just do your thing so much faster than they do, and a lot more consistently. I guess I'm just going to cut the meringue. But, I don't know, if I'm cutting the meringue in this matchup, then why am I even playing it? The whole point was to have, like, a big bozo that you can tutor for in the green mirrors, but... I just don't know how to make room for it is the thing. You know? Nope. This hand is not the vibe. This hand is the vibe. How does he keep getting away with it, by the way? How does he keep getting away with it? Okay, is it better to play Weaver or Cub this turn? I think it's better to play Weaver, right? Then to tap this. Yeah, I think it's better to play Weaver first. And then I think I can kill them next turn. Pretty sure I can, right? Because I have 6, 8. I tap the Sanctum, Bird, copy, Cub, animate that. Then I have 9. 9 mana, Rhythm for 2. Yeah, I should have enough. Is my camera usually on the other side? No, it's on this side. The camera looks different because I've got a new desk. So the camera looks a little bit different because my setup it's just like in a different place, you know? So it looks a little weird. This deck. 6, 10, tap a new Cub. GG. Was that 2 turn 3 kills? I don't remember. That one, I know that was a turn 3 kill, but I don't remember if game 1 was a turn 3 kill as well. It was just like the rudest hand you've ever seen in your life. And I didn't even have a Cub, I just copied theirs. Oh man, it was good. I don't know how I feel about this hand. It's close. I'm gonna ship it though. How'd the RSQ go? I ended up losing in top 4 to Lessons, which I think is a bad matchup, but I also mulliganed to 4 in game 1 against them, so like, you know, kind of a bad sample size, but yeah, it didn't feel like a great matchup. I don't think you're favored against Lessons. But I don't really know, like, what the sideboard plan is, you know? think I am going to Flood Maw this turn instead of Weaver. It's just so much tempo. Like, look at this. I was on the draw this game, and you would never know. Yeah, I only played three Nature's Rhythm because I couldn't find a fourth one. But I found a fourth one today. I had to drive like 40 minutes to a store, but I did find a fourth one today. I mean, I think there's just going to be more green decks than there is Lessons in Atlanta. But, I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the meta will adapt, but I just expect a lot more green decks than Lessons. Trigger, trigger, trigger. Ding, 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 ding. Oh, deck 2? You only have one Natures? Yeah, they're like kind of hard to find. I looked at Cool Stuff, they were sold out. I looked at Star City, they were sold out. TOA was sold out. And then like there's a bunch of smaller stores that are going to be in Atlanta. They were all sold out. And then I looked at like 5 different stores near me. All of them were all sold out too. So it's like nearly impossible to find that card. Is that good? Yeah, I mean, I'm going to cast Riddler first, but 4, 5. Your Riddler first. Draw 2. And then I can go play Sanctum as land. I can cast this, which also untaps. Draw 4, discard this. And then I can go just play Royd. Okay. Okay, your turn. I pass. Don't kill me this turn, please. Don't kill me. Don't do it. Don't do it. Oh, man. Yeah, I guess it is pretty tough for people to like pivot last minute if you didn't already have the green cards and the Riddlers, and this deck is insanely expensive. Like, you guys may not realize this. This deck costs more than what Vivi did. I think it's like over $900. It's nuts. What's up, Shane? How you doing, buddy? How you been? Shane the Riddler. So they're like Golgari. Okay, they're doing like, yeah, they're doing Bounty Hunter stuff, right? Because they have the sack outlet. They gotta be doing Bounty Hunter stuff. Let's do Resolve. Let's cut the Gussie. Key Knight's pretty good against them too, right? Does Key Knight actually break up the combo? Yes, it does, right? I think. Because you can exile the land when it comes back. What was the card you said you couldn't find in any stores? Nature's Rhythm. What would I play in the Pioneer Qualifier? Is it? It's a 1-deck format. What do I bring it? Vivian Reedon against? Control and Lessons. I'm gonna trim a Riddler. And I kind of want to keep the Keen-Eyed. Nah, I don't know. I just don't have time for it. Try this. The Riddler. Yeah, if you're playing in the Pioneer Qualifier this weekend, Pioneer is a 1-deck format. There is one legal deck to be played, and if you're not playing I don't know what you're doing, you know? That format's kind of cooked, by the way. That format seems hella cooked. Badger, 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 mushroom, mushroom. Burge. Alright, your turn. Cool format. What do you want me to say, you know? I don't know what you want me to say. I don't know what you want from me, man. You have no idea what's going on in Magic? Well, if you have not paid attention to Standard for quite some time, I would like to inform you that everybody is dying on turn 4. So, if that's what you're into, then, you know. I think this is lethal. 3, 6, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6, 12 plus... No, it's actually not lethal, right? Oh, no, because I can play Gene first. So it is lethal. Can I Rhythm first? No, I can't. But I can go Gene into Hoof. Right? Yeah. I have 3 attackers. GG! Is that another turn 3 kill? Okay. I think we've had enough turn 3 kills for one day.